The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Playoffs and Phil.
What's up, guys? Dutchy clocking in here. As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Let the celebration begin.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Eagles postgame show with Jack and Dalt. Proudly powered by TickPick, the official fan experience partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, let's take it to the show.
Wow. Well, that one hurt. The Eagles fought until the end, 24-17 to the Commanders in a heartbreaker. Yeah, it stings, but don't get it twisted. This team fought until the final whistle. There were no starters out there, and our backs are against the wall and we're still swinging. That is Eagles football. What a weird Eagles football season, too, right? What a weird, wild, fun season this has been. Highs, lows, chaos, vibes, heartbreak, moments that made us believe, moments that made us not believe so much. But no matter how it ended tonight, it's always fun rocking Kelly Green and getting loud in Midnight Green with you guys, always riding with the Birds. Welcome to the final post game of the show, final post game of the year. Dalton with KJ McCoy here. Take it away. Sorry.
You good? You good, Dalt? Yeah. What's going on, guys? How about that? I mean, no, we shouldn't be, why am I thinking? I'm so used to us winning. So I'm actually pissed. But also, I'm excited for the next opponent. That's what I'm excited for.
Hey, who we got calling in?
What's up, fellas?
Who is it?
Shardy, what's up?
Oh, hey, Shard. How are you?
Sorry,
We don't have caller ID on Google Voice.
Yeah,
so
we didn't see who it was.
302 number is all I see. How are you?
I'm irritated.
Why so?
First of all, why are we not playing to win? Why are we not playing to get the 2 seed? You knew at halftime that the Lions were whooping the Bears' ass. Like, I'm not scared of the Niners. I'm not. I mean, we looked at how they played last night against the Seahawks, and they played absolutely terrible. I think our defense is a little bit better than the Seahawks personally, but that's just me. I think we can hold the 49ers. I don't think they're that good of a football team when they face good defenses. But again, I think you should have went for the 2 seed. I think you should have put in starters that you had sitting on the bench. You had Smitty sitting on the bench. You had, I believe Jordan Davis was starting. You had some other defensive starters that were on the bench. I think you should have played some of the starters, especially after you knew that you had the 2 seed in play, first of all. Second of all, Jacory and Bennett, Keely Ringo, pack your shit, get the fuck off the team. You look at the stats. We had 9 penalties for over 100 yards given up. That's why the Commanders were driving down the field, because literally they had, I think, 4 or 5 defensive pass interferences called on both of them in total. They both sucked. And then Darius Cooper, you drove down the field and you let it up with a taunting call. Absolute just bullshit call. Bullshit call. I think taunting is soft, but I'm curious, what do you guys think about the whole game?
Yeah, I'll take it first really quick because I want to say one thing about the taunting, if that's cool, KJ. My dad and I were watching the game, and he said something along the similar line, Sharp. I think because the Commanders player spread his legs in this way that the ball went towards his nuts, that it made it, and I'm not trying to be like that, but it's seriously true. if you go back and watch the replay, it almost looks like the Eagles player, I guess it's Darius Cooper, spins the ball towards his nuts. And it's like, all right, yeah, that's probably going to get a flag 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Which I guess I get that. That's the name of the game. It happens sometimes. But I do agree with you with the Lions end up having that comeback where they ended up winning at the end, but you knew that they were up 16-0 at half. You knew that they were going to probably win that game. And it just felt like, I get what you're saying too. Like, if the starters aren't in there, like, what are we really playing for? But here's the thing. If Devontae Smith gets injured, everybody's going to have Nick Sirianni's neck. So I kind of get that side of it too. I guess what I'm trying to say is I see both sides, because on one side, I do want the 2 seed, but on the other side, like you already pointed out, Shard, are any of us really that afraid of the 49ers? Because
No.
I'm not after last night.
No.
I mean, I feel like they're not and I really gave them respect yesterday.
They're
on Sippin'.
frauds. They are straight frauds.
I went out of my way to say that I thought the 49ers had the most pedigree of any team besides the Eagles that had a chance in the NFC, but not anymore. So bring that over here. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because we need a tune-up win, and maybe the Niners can be that. I'll let you take it, KJ, and then we can go back to Shardy after.
As much as I do feel what Chart is saying, I mean, about being angry at obviously us not putting our starters in, at the same time, though, I'm kind of glad that we get to play the Niners. I do kind of agree. If we go back to what Charles was saying, he said this loss was great. It means that we get to play sooner. I mean, that could be sarcastic or not, but honestly, I honestly think that's better, because we can play sooner. We don't have the bye where it feels like we're kind of like on like a break a little bit. But I feel like if this team can keep the rhythm going, I feel like that's the best for them, even though we did see them win a Super Bowl last year with having a bye. I do think for this team right now, especially with them not playing in this game that they played today, and Nick Sirianni not giving some of these starters the time that they might have deserved or might have not deserved, I think this is going to help them get back in the swing of things and focus on the mission that is at hand, obviously, and that's winning another Super Bowl. So I hope that they can really kind of grasp onto that idea of playing again. Obviously, it sucks not getting a 2 seed, but at the same time, though, I mean, you get to play the Niners at home, and I'm excited for that, because I'm not afraid of the Niners. Their defense sucks. Their defense is horrible. It's not the defense they used to have. So, I mean, I'm not afraid of what's his name, that guy from he was the Jets coach. I'm trying to think his name. The bald Robert Saleh. I'm not afraid of Robert Saleh and his bald, shiny head over there with the Niners. So we're ready for them. We're ready for those whiner fans that are going to be crying and just whining about stupid calls and saying we cheated when we freaking didn't cheat. So I'm ready for all the smoke with the Niners fans. And but also, I mean, the Niners fans that I know that are cool, like, I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking about the ones that are toxic. So, but yeah, I'm actually okay with this matchup. It sucks at the same time, though, because the Lions actually helped us out, but we didn't help ourselves out. That's the problem. So I can kind of see where people are mad at the situation, or they're like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm kind of like, it is what it is, because we still are in the postseason. So, I mean, yes, was it a bad finish? And I mean, also, I wanted to ask you this, Shard. What did you think of Tanner McKee's performance tonight overall?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you guys is, I mean, I watched this whole game. I watched the whole game. I sat back, drank a beer, watched the whole game. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I'm like, is this a Tanner McKee thing, or is it the O-line? Is it Kevin Patullo? And I really think it's a combination of all three.
Yeah.
I don't think that Kevin Patullo knows how to call plays regardless of whoever's on the field. I forget if it was before half or after half, but there was one drive where it was like 2nd and 1, and then it was 3rd and 1. They didn't run the ball at all, and Tank Bigsby was averaging, I think, 5 or 6 yards per carry. Tank Bigsby looked phenomenal tonight. Mm-hmm. So like that's that's one of the things that was just irritating. I don't know, if Tanner just was not reading the field well or whatever. But also you go and you watch back the tape and you look at the O-line. I mean, Matt Pryor stunk. I watched a lot of times where he just
does suck.
Blew his coverage. I don't know what the issue is. Like, even when the starters are in, the O-line looks at certain times terrible. So is it a Jeff Stoutland thing? Like, I don't know what the issue is. It's just inconsistent all year. And that's one of the things that worries me going into the playoffs is just defensive-wise, we're fine. I don't have any issues with the defense.
Yeah.
Other than they play too long at times, they get gassed, but that's not on them. Offensive-wise, I just don't think Kevin Patullo needs to stay after this season. I don't. He's gotten us this far, but it's not because of offense. It's because of defense.
Yeah, he definitely was not qualified for this job. He just wasn't. And I don't know how they didn't learn from the Brian Johnson experiment. Like, how do you have that? How do you repeat that? Like, how do you, forget about what the heck happened in 2023 and the collapse that happened? And you think, oh, you know what? We came after – we won a Super Bowl. You know what? It won't happen again. Obviously right now it's a different kind of scenario. We're in the playoffs, which we weren't with Brian Johnson. So a little different, but I do think though, they should have got somebody that was qualified. They should have got somebody outside of the building, somebody who has experience, a guy who maybe is like a Fangio kind of guy on the offensive side, which is kind of hard to find. I know that, but yeah, pretty much like they really dropped the ball with, honestly, Patullo is being carried by this offense. And I bet you a lot of these plays are kind of them, the players kind of just not like, you know what, they're going rogue with the plays. I feel like some of those plays where Patullo's giving them some certain plays, they're like, screw this. We're scratching that. We're doing our own thing. And they do that. I bet you that happened a bunch of times this season because Patullo just doesn't know what he's doing out there.
And that's what Gunn reported too, Derek Gunn. So, yeah, I think everything you said, Shardy, pretty much hit the nail on the head. Hopefully, it's not what we call like a wet bag, right? Like where it's just something that we're waiting to fall through and we're running to, the pantry from the car and we think that we're going to make it to the Super Bowl and we're not. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. But anything else you want to say, Shardy?
No, that's pretty much it. There's, like I said earlier, there's certain things that I wish this team would do. There's certain things I wish this team wouldn't do. And I'm on the fence about the playoffs. I can see it going either way, but we'll see what happens, I guess. But go Birds.
Go Birds is right. Thank you for calling in, man. We appreciate you.
All right, guys. See you.
See you, bro.
See ya. Have a good night.
Lines are open. If anybody else wants to call in, I think what I'll start doing is turning it on Do Not Disturb when someone else is calling, just to let it flow.
Idea.
We're figuring out the call-ins. But something I also want to talk about while we're waiting for someone else to call in. So there's a fight today in the parking lot. Yep, there was a little pregame tussle. I don't know if that's ever hurt anybody. I'm going to try to get the video queued up, the clean video. Don't worry. But yeah, like Eagles fans fighting Eagles fans. What are we doing, guys? Like
drunk idiots. It's drunk idiots. That's it.
It's really bad drunk idiots. Shout out to our boy Sheffield Shuffler for finding this footage of a pregame tussle, a pregame fight between some fellow Eagles fans who have seemed to have gotten into it. And I can't lie, this one is a McGregor Mayweather type of ticket seller. This one's a really entertaining one. Just a great street fight in the parking lot. Wait till you guys see this, because
we don't condone this by any means. Just to tell you guys, we don't. And yeah,
we don't promote fighting. No. This honestly looks like a hugging match.
Hear the fight! Hear the fight!
Looked like the one dude. He went
Yeah.
right down and he got in position. Like he was ready to go. And
One
the
guy's
other
just swinging
dude
and swinging.
looks like Matt Bear.
He's just swinging for the fences. They were swinging him. Exactly. That comment just popped up. I was thinking the same thing. Native King. I was thinking the same thing. What the heck? I mean, like swinging at the air right there. You just like.
You want to narrate it? You want to play-by-play it? We can both
I
unmute and
don't.
play-by-play
No,
it. You sure?
I'm very sure because I want to talk about the game.
I want to play-by-play it at some point after. Oh my God. But yeah, swinging at nothing.
Yeah.
And God, that was just very entertaining. But if anybody else wants to call in, feel free. That number's 302-316-4848. So we got the fan fight outside the link. That's crossed off the list. Let's talk about what's something you called, I guess on Sippin' Sports or on the main show, that Dan Quinn was pissed and they played hard. He looked pissed throughout that game.
Yeah, he was pissed. I mean, you can notice how he was definitely fuming. I mean, he had his hat backwards and everything. And I mean, like he usually does and whatever. You can just see he's all like mean mugging and everything like that. But he's still really salty. And I think there was a time where one of our offensive linemen, I think one of our backups, was going at one of the Commanders players. And definitely they do not like each other. And I mean, it definitely is like becoming like a rivalry kind of thing. Oh, yeah. Someone said, yeah, okay. My good friend Justin said, why are we fighting each other, McCoy? We need that passion on the field. I agree, Justin. Hey, Dalt just asked me to narrate it. And I said, I want to talk about the game instead of doing a narration.
I would love to narrate it because it is pretty entertaining. It was like watching two second graders pillow fight on top of a bed.
I don't think it was because, first of all, they were drunk idiots. And second of all, somebody could have intervened and stopped it all. And
yeah, why did nobody intervene? Like everybody started doing an Eagles
watching there, holding their phones up. Oh! Like let me get some views for TikTok. Let me get some. I'm gonna show my boys. Let me get some views for TikTok. Like that's what was going on, and it's like it's just stupid. You know what? It's stupid, and you know what? Though this adds another stupid narrative to our fan base, which is just. That pisses me off.
It is pretty funny. I mean, the clip is pretty funny.
It was like watching what's it called? It was like watching dinosaurs fight. Like it was just like they were like freaking Tyrannosaurus Rexes fighting. It was pathetic. It was pathetic.
One kid, he just went down right in position. He was ready for it.
It
was like
he knew what he was doing.
In the beginning was going to be in the fight.
He seemed like he knew what he was doing, but I mean. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and hopefully those guys are okay. Hopefully they made up and whatever, and they're all cool because we're all Eagles fans at the end of the day. So what are you doing fighting with each other? Maybe he talked to one of his girls or something. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, definitely this is going to be a very interesting matchup against the Niners, though, and I'm excited to see how this goes. I do think it's going to be. I do think the Eagles are going to have a good advantage, especially at home.
How you feeling about who we should play? Like it's looking like it's the 49ers.
Well, no, it is. Correct? No, it is not. No, it is 100% the Niners.
So how you feel about that?
I feel great. I feel great about playing the Niners. I think with them playing a pretty bad game against the Seahawks, it really shows that we could definitely beat them. I know if you go back about what was it, like 2 years ago when we played them or whatever, December 3rd, and it was happy to be my birthday. I know the date because it was my freaking birthday, and they spoiled my birthday. I mean, the Niners just beat the brakes off of us. But honestly, I feel like both teams have changed from that. I feel like both teams have kind of definitely one team has definitely improved. The other one really not so much. I think the Niners are still a decent team, but I do feel like Brock Purdy, I don't think – he definitely is a great story. Don't get me wrong. It's a great story, like what he's really achieving right now, but I think the Eagles' defense is just so menacing, and they also remember about the beef that they have with the Niners. So I think definitely this is going to be an intense game, and I think the Eagles' defense is going to be ready for it. Most definitely. I think they're going to be ready. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be locked in. But it should be interesting to see how this also fizzles out too, because Devontae Smith, I know that Shardy said that he wasn't too happy that they didn't have him in the whole game. And I get the frustration with that too, because you saw the catch that Smitty made, right? Like
Yeah.
that was insane. So if he can make more catches like that, perfect. Like this team's going to continue on an uptrend. But it's also like, I don't know. I get Shardy's frustration too, because I guess if we had the second seed, would we be hosting the Packers?
Maybe. I don't know, to be honest, if we would be maybe hosting it. We might be, but you
I
know
would
what? It is.
if we had the choice, I will say, like I said on
Yeah.
Sippin' Sports yesterday, I would pick the Packers, but it would be by a
Right.
very, very, very slim margin, like a very slim margin. So it wouldn't be by much.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Trayvon's saying yes. Trayvon's saying yes, and then Freddie's also
yeah.
saying
So
yes.
like,
It would've been the
I get
Packers.
where Shard's coming from, right?
Second seed to
Like,
Packers.
but it's like here's where the Packers are and here's where the Niners are for me. So it's like
Yeah.
neck and neck. So that's why I'm not too upset about it.
So you're saying the Packers are better than Niners, or no?
Yeah, I'm saying the Packers are worse.
Oh,
So
you'd
I would
rather okay. I
play
think you
the
said they were better
Packers
because I feel like the Niners
but
are a
I
better
think that they're
team
closer
than
than
the
people
Packers.
think. But I do think Devontae Smith, this is going to be a very big playoff run, is the point I was trying
I think
for
it's
him
going to
to
be a big
make.
playoff run for all of them. I mean, they definitely. I mean, being the defending champions, you got a target
Yeah.
on your back automatically. I mean, that's just indefinite or whatever that word is. It definitely, you got a target on your back. I mean, everybody's going to be wanting you, and the Niners want us, and we want them. I mean, we want blood, and definitely it's going to be something else. So I think also with the thing with Devontae not playing, with the starters not playing, I wasn't so worried about that. I don't want to take the chance of these players getting injured. I think we talked about it on Wednesday on a regular show. We were saying how the Commanders are still pissed at us about the last 2 weeks and whatever. And some of those players are dirty, especially Luvu. And Luvu could deliver a hit that could freaking injure somebody because he's just a dirty piece of crap. So honestly, I don't want to take those chances of freaking Sidney Luvu or whatever the heck his name is over there, hitting and damaging and hurting one of our freaking players, especially if
What
it's
is he, a
Jalen
Grinch
Hurts.
character now?
I don't know. Luvu sounds like Sidney Luvu.
Frankie Luvu.
I don't care. Who cares? But yeah, definitely you can't have those starters out there. As much as like we want to win the game at the same time, though, the Eagles had a chance to win the game. But here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. You let 39-year-old Josh Johnson beat you. And
2 touchdowns.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of backups were in. So that's where I'm like, you know what? Even though you let a 39-year-old, I mean, not 49, 39-year-old, that's 10 years later down the road.
That would be
39-year-old
insane.
beat you. He's been a journeyman. Still, like, you should have won the game.
Call from.
Hey, this is Freddie. I'm watching your show.
Freddie.
What's up, Freddie? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What do you
Hey,
want to
Freddie.
talk about?
You know, so I'm out here in Las Vegas. I moved here from South Street. I've been in Philadelphia for, Eagles fan for over 50 years. And I just got a question. What are they going to do different on offense? What are they going to do different on offense?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Great question, Freddie. Thank you for calling into the show. KJ, we'll let you take it first.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they have to really go back to what they were doing. I'm trying to think. What was not the Bills game? What was the game before that, though? I'm trying to think.
The other Commanders game?
Yeah, the other Commanders game where they had that kind of where they really weren't scared to pass the ball. They really weren't scared to run the ball as well. If they can kind of balance that, that would be good. But I mean, I don't blame you for not having trust in Petula. I've been saying the guy is not qualified. And if this team breaks, it honestly is because of him. I think it really does point fingers, and it all breaks on him. He really is the captain of the offense. I mean, unfortunately, though, is he qualified to be the captain? No, he's like probably one of the freaking little skippers and whatever. That's one of those. What's it called? The those lost kids from Neverland or whatever. Like that's what you put. But you need a Captain Hook out there, and you got a freaking lost kid from Neverland or whatever. But yeah, that's what's going on with it. So it's just he's not qualified. You can kind of see, especially in a game like this. I mean, you got some backups out there. So I mean, you could say that you got backups, so they're not going to produce the way that the starters will. But definitely, I mean, they got a short time to prepare for the Niners. What would you say, since you're on the West Coast? Are you afraid of the Niners or no? Like, are you not feared of them?
No. First of all, let's get to this straight. I'm not afraid of the Niners. Every team in this league, every team in this league is beatable. Unlike some of the other years, there's a lot of parity in the league. So there's no powerhouse. I actually thought 4 weeks ago, if you'd asked me the question, I would say that my biggest fear was the Rams, but they're clearly beatable too after the Monday night loss to Atlanta, and after everything that you see today. Right. But getting back to the Eagles on offense, they need to do something different, something completely different that no one has seen before, that they haven't seen this year. Like maybe go to the no-huddle offense. Or maybe if a defense is over-pursuing at the line of scrimmage like they had been, set up more screens with some of the best running backs that we have in the league. It's just ridiculous. I feel like I can sit back here and be calling plays like I used to in the backyard and do better than Patullo.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
That's a great quote, Fred.
He definitely is a bonehead. I mean, it's like he just plays Madden with this. I mean, it definitely is really boneheaded of him that, I mean, just these calls. And I mean, just like his playbook is definitely really vanilla. And we were saying this in the beginning of the show. What made you think that this guy was qualified? I mean, like you go back to 2023 and you saw a guy who was not qualified in Brian Johnson, and he got the job for this. And what made you think that you could do the same thing again and just like literally get a guy from in-house and be like, you know what? He'll do great with this offense. He'll do great. He could be the offensive coordinator, even though he has no freaking preparation or no experience with it. So, I mean, definitely.
Listen, man, being from South Philly, I don't know how he makes it out of the parking lot after calling 2 runs up the middle, first and second down, all the last game that we played the starters in. It's just ridiculous against the Bills. I don't know. Seriously, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a crazy game. And I mean, definitely that was insane that Josh Allen did not convert that last play and that throw was off. I mean, they should have won. The Bills should have won that game. No joke. They should have.
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I think we should go to a no.
Lucky as hell. We were so lucky.
Something completely different.
Yeah.
Fred, you had a great quote earlier too that I want to go back to. I think that this might be the quote of the show. Every team, not even I think in just the NFC, but I would say in the NFL, is beatable, including us, right?
Yeah,
like just looking at the man in the mirror. If there's a team that you are the most afraid of, Fred, or that you wouldn't want to see in the NFC, I'm interested to hear, because for me, it's clearly the Rams, right? The Rams probably should have beaten us twice.
I completely agree.
Rams?
I mean, in terms of who I would least like to play, yes, the Rams. But let me also say, if I'm the head coach and I see the Lions lining up for the field goal, I do something different. I'd send some of the starters back out there to win the game and blow everybody's mind. It would lift the fans would have gone through the roof if they'd have seen 2 or 3 starters come back out there.
Yeah. I get that too.
Saying,
like, if somebody gets injured, it's on Sirianni.
Getting hurt on the last possession of the game are so less likely than your ability to win the second seed. And by the way, the second seed isn't just about who we're playing now, as you guys know. It's about being able to host another game, assuming that the lesser team doesn't pull something off in the first round of the wild card, right? It's just mismanagement. It's just horrible.
Yeah, of course. It definitely is. Most definitely Freddie. I'd say Freddie. I saw somebody named Frankie in the comments.
Well, Fred, we appreciate you calling in the show. Is this your first time watching the show, if I might ask?
Actually, it is. I'm sitting here on Facebook, and I saw you guys pop up. I'm like,
awesome.
Let's see what this is about.
Well, I love it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We're on Spotify, YouTube, everything. Go Birds. I really appreciate your
Go
time,
Birds.
and I hope that you call in again sometime.
And thanks for representing
All right,
the
thanks,
Bird Nation over there in Vegas.
Yeah, you got it. Anytime, guys. Thanks.
Take
Go
care,
Birds.
Fred. That's what it's all about. All right, the lines are back open if anybody wants to call in. But Fred made a lot of good points.
He did.
Especially the point about every team being beatable and unbeatable. I think that that's honestly something that Nick Sirianni should repeat to the locker room when he gets in there is like, hey, playoffs are wide open. It's any man's game. So who's going to take it? We'll find out. Calling into the show, we got the Moose. What's up, Moose?
All right, no answer machine. How you doing?
How are you?
Well, I'm going to tell you what right now. I'm a little irritated.
Okay, well, if you're a little bit irritated, I don't know how long we can keep you. Are you irritated with the Eagles or are you irritated with the person?
Let's stick with the Birds right now.
I was going to say, yeah, we're not
nonsense.
doing any people, so keep it to the Eagles.
Yeah, no,
please.
let's just talk about the Birds.
We're gonna keep it to the Eagles because I keep it real.
Cool.
I'm not worried about all the other issues. I really don't care. They're irrelevant. Okay, here's the bottom line. Okay, we played our backups. Okay, it was kind of weird because where I was at down in Brothers, there was two TVs on. We had the Birds on. We had the Bears game on. At that one point, both games were tied, and the momentum was going in the wrong direction for each outcome we wanted because we wanted the second seed. So, with that said, anybody that wanted Tanner McKee to start over Hurts is a dope, is an idiot. Okay, number one. Because there was that conversation. Okay. Number two, it goes to show me now, if we had any questions why the offense sucks this year, we had our backups in, but who was calling the plays? Answer, please.
Patullo.
Mr. Patullo.
Voila, my chérie. So here's the deal. We want to point fingers. That guy sucks. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't do what we're supposed to, first of all, the number 2 seed would have been very important. There was something to play for. It was that number 2 seed.
Yeah, home field
because
advantage
that
for 2
guarantees
weeks.
2 home games in home.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And as we know, from last year, that number 1, because Seattle, great offense, but Sam Darnold's their quarterback. Come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong, dude.
no,
Like that is
he's
the
not.
definition of a wet bag right there, waiting to fall through.
Yeah, so
if Seattle ends up in the Super Bowl, I will probably eat my hat.
Yeah, most
we
definitely.
had an opportunity to have them games, watch them probably get bounced, and have the championship game at home. But instead, let's play the backups. Okay? But we were winning. I said, maybe this will work out. Problem is, this is good they did this because we know where to point the finger.
Okay, that's true. But let me play devil's advocate really quick, Moose.
Shadow it out. It's the offensive coordinator sucks.
Jalen Hurts goes out there.
And
A.J. Brown goes out
I
there.
can't hear you. Hold
the
on.
starters
You turn
go
my
out
phone
there.
up.
What if
Hold
one
on,
of them
what
get
happened?
injured?
Don't.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, you can't hear us. Can you hear us
Hold
now?
on.
If
Technical
one of the
Can you hear me?
starters get injured, Moose,
Yeah.
who's going to blame for that?
Well, here's the thing. Injury could happen in week 17. It could happen in week 15. It could happen in week 14. See, that whole we're scared that there's going to be an injury. That's part of the game, dude. That's a risk you take.
Yeah.
You know, there was something to play for. It was to move up to that second seed.
I
I'd
guess
rather
it's
have
just
two-
if one of
you
your
know,
pivotal players
you know
like
what I mean?
Saquon Barkley or Jalen
no,
Hurts or
that
A.J.
makes
Brown
sense.
go out there and get hurt, you're going to be pointing a finger at Nick
We didn't
Sirianni.
necessarily have to have
If you
Barkley
thought the
play.
kids egging
No.
Patulo's
Buckets-
house was bad, what would they do to Sirianni if one of the players got injured this time? I'm serious. I'm actually dead serious. Like, what would some of the stupid fans out there?
But
What
that's
would they
part of
do?
the game, dude. What are we supposed to play scared? Okay, let's go.
No.
And
You're not playing
stop blessing my
scared.
dog.
It's
I don't want to say you get a
it's-
dog because I wish I had my dog here. But the thing is, it's part of, dude, you can't, how do I say this nicely? It's the games are over, dude. It's time. We want to defend this title, dude. We have the opportunity. We are by far none the experienced team going into the playoffs. We have the title. The title is ours. We are defending this title. Okay? We have to put ourselves in a position to have the advantages. You know what I mean? Out of all the teams, you guys are asking the question, who scares you? You know who scares me in the playoffs? Ourselves.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Ourselves scares. Our offensive coordinator scares me. No other team that we would face scares us. But if you look in the mirror, Petula scares us. Our own selves scare me.
Yeah.
Defense is great, dude. The defense in playoffs cannot. Are we going to have 10-3 games? Are we going to have, 17-14 games? I mean, in the playoffs? I mean, are we going to go to the Super Bowl and score 13 points and hope we can hold the other team to freaking 3? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And I get where you're coming from too, Moose. Like, this team definitely has a second gear that they should have kicked it into by now, that they can kick it into.
Yeah.
And I think that they will.
I
think that they will too, but I think that
hope.
it's also they're just protecting their assets.
Yeah,
like if we go out there and they fail in the first game, I mean, we're hosting San Francisco. So this should play to our benefit, right? It's Brock Purdy, right? There's that meme, fuck Brock Purdy, where the kid does like the middle finger. Bring that back all week. You need to get in their head, intimidate them. I feel like we play well against the Niners overall. And I don't know. The Niners just got their ass handed to them. Whereas I feel like the Eagles, when they're playing their game, like you already said, the only team that can beat them is themselves. We got to get to our next call in, Moose, because they keep calling in, but I want to give you a chance to say any final remarks about the game or anything else that you want to see with this team. So you got about a minute. Take it away.
Okay, real quick. Here's the deal. I don't like seeing the Birds lose, but at the end of the day, we're the defending world champions. We're in the playoffs, and we're the team to beat, and we're the champs. So otherwise, as Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now, brother, we're the man. So you knock us off. Hey, man, you're right. We can be we'll turn on a notch. You got to beat us, dude. Whether we're at home, whether we're on the road, you got to beat the Birds. So until you do, it's San Francisco, Santa Clara, or bust. And that's our attitude. See everybody in the February. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Moose. Have a good night, bro.
Go Birds, Moose.
You guys too, man. Love you guys.
Love you too. That was
Moose.
funny. I like how he tied in the Ric Flair quote. Well, the lines are back open. If anybody wants to call him, we'll take one more caller before we wrap up the show, just because we're getting towards that 45-minute mark. But a lot of passion and a lot of interest from the fans. A lot of people are pissed at the coaching for not playing more of the starters. And I find that very interesting. We might have to clip some of these. Let's see who we got calling in. Jesse calling in.
Call from.
Yes.
What's up, Jesse? How are you?
Yo, Jess.
Yo, what's going on, boys? How we doing tonight?
Great.
Doing
What
all
do
right.
you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I got two things. One, I agree with the sentiment that you guys have been bringing on that it's really the Eagles. I don't want to say against the world, but the team that scares me the most going into this playoffs. It's not the Niners. It's not the Packers. It's not the Rams. Not the Seahawks. It's the Eagles themselves. They are the only team that I could see them losing themselves to. Because this team is kings of shooting themselves in the foot, and that is there was no bigger display of that than tonight with our coaching, which brings me to my second point, which is, my God, that was incredibly weak, incredibly soft by Nick Sirianni to not put in any of your starters once the Lions had kicked that field goal to win against the Bears. And
Well, did they
gave
know
the
or
Eagles
no?
a golden opportunity to get that. They watch. I'm sure they watch. I'm positive.
Or they have somebody
watch the game.
updating them on the sideline. You're right, Jess.
Yeah, I'm sure. And like I'll hit you with two. I'll hit you with a stat, and then we can move on from here. The Eagles, they are without a win. They are winless on the road, going into the play, playing in the playoffs. They're 0-2. Over the last year or so. I think I saw a stat on Twitter. And I don't know if Nick Sirianni knew that the 2 seed, that gives you home field advantage. Like, I don't know why the Eagles didn't push harder for that sort of thing tonight.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think the Eagles are going to hopefully turn it up. Like this, if they can go out here and win by 2 scores or more, we're going to all have that confidence and buy into that team in the same way of where it's like, okay, yep, like the Eagles are we're not going to be afraid that they're going to beat themselves. I feel like we're all excited for the playoffs, but in the back of our mind, for all of us, we're all a little bit afraid that Kevin Patullo is that wet bag, like I've talked about all show, that you're waiting to fall through. You know that inevitable issue is there that you can't fix. It's not like Flex Seal, right? Fix it forever. No, this guy is a catastrophe. And honestly, I thought it was time to get rid of Patullo after the Bears game. I said, okay, you have a 10-day break before the Chargers game. This is the best time to fire and hire an offensive coordinator if you're going to make a run for a Super Bowl. You got to do it now. You bought into your guy as long as you can. I respect it. But this dude's clearly not it. And as KJ earlier said in the show, there was some doubt, I think, from the team. What I always think of is this. Do you guys remember the interview with Jalen Hurts when he talked about Kevin Patullo getting hired? He didn't seem overly enthusiastic.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that he needs to jump up and down, but I don't want to say that he seemed negative because I feel like it's unfair for us to assume things on players as the media just based on body language. But I want to say he kind of seemed not indifferent, but just unopinionated on it. That's a good word, unopinionated. And you would have thought that he would have had some more to weigh in and say. And it looked like the way that he said it, he was just upset that, like, I don't know, they didn't weigh in on his decision with that. What do you think of that, Jess?
Yeah, no, I agree. But I really I'm totally on board with the Patullo stuff. But I think this whole thing is more on Nick Sirianni than we kind of all realize. Like, when was it that Nick Sirianni took over play calling a few weeks ago? What week was that? Like, there was some point in the season where he started getting more involved with the playoff with the offense.
Trying to think when that was.
I think it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was around when we were going through the losing streak,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is like a Kevin Patullo thing at this point. Like, don't get me wrong. My uncle, he sent me a video of like these plays against the Bills the other night. In that second half, where everybody was like, "Oh, that's all on Hurts. He had no completions in the second half." The scheming was terrible. Like, there was no separation with anybody. Like, it was awful, and like, it's a bigger thing than obviously I think the tool needs to go, but I think it's a bigger thing than him. I think it's a coaching problem overall. And I mean, against the Niners squad, I feel a little bit better, especially without Nick Bosa. But I mean, still, like this offense is really bad against some really bad defenses. So I don't know what you guys think about that whole deal.
I mean, with that Bills game, that defense on the Buffalo side was not good. And in the second half, that they really shut them out is pretty sad. And it kind of does raise my eyebrows a little bit because you played a really good team in the Bills, right? Who have a really good offense, but the defense isn't that good. But in that kind of environment, and that's like a playoff environment right there, it definitely is. You won the game, but at the same time, though, you really didn't win the game. You did win the game, but really, it didn't feel like it because Josh Allen, as we were saying before, completes 99.9% of those passes like that. That was definitely uncharacteristic of him. So definitely them not really completing any passes in the second half of that Bills game, with that kind of defense is really concerning. It is very concerning. Hopefully they get a hold on that, and hopefully they can figure something out, because right there is an example of what could beat them, and that's themselves. And they did that in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. The key to beating the Eagles is making the defense bend and bend and bend and bend, like the Bears did. And that's not saying that the defense can carry us. It absolutely can. It's been the reason that this offense doesn't get it together. Like against some of these juggernauts, against CMC, like this defense, like they have a tough task against them. Against CMC, probably going to be playing Caleb Williams and the Bears, you know, in the next round after that, or the Rams or the Seahawks, you know. So this offense seriously needs to step it up against some defenses that are not good, because otherwise you're probably going to get these low scoring. You're probably going to get these fourth quarter drives where the top dogs of these offenses around the league, they're going to come in and they're going to get a tired Eagles defense, and they're going to end up kicking a game-winning field goal or something, or winning the game. So offense seriously needs to get it back in the gear, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think, like you said, need a couple tune-up wins. Need to beat up on some bad defenses and some bad offenses and get their confidence right. But Jess, we appreciate you calling in. Be sure to check out Philly Sports Pulse live every Thursday night on the network.
Pulse.
Doing a great job on that show and putting the pulse in Philly sports. Thank you, Jess.
Love
Good
it.
birds,
And
Jess.
just one more thing. Stay tuned for our first surprise guest of the week coming on Thursday. So be sure to be tuned in Thursday night.
Oh, boy.
Perfect. I'll be watching. Make sure
Let's
you guys
go.
tune in as well.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you, Jess. Have a good night.
See you, Jess.
Appreciate you guys.
No worries.
See ya.
But that's pretty much all we got on the Eagles post-game. Great loss, I guess you could say. There were still some positives for a loss. So I'm trying to find, the bright side of it, because I don't think that it was as bad as it could be. There were a lot of things that went the referee's way. There were a lot of things that I think could have went the Eagles' way, but it is what it is. On to the playoffs, on to the 49ers, getting ready to host them. That's going to be a ton of fun. We will see you guys at the playoffs. Some kind of a tailgate, I'm sure, will be happening. I'll be trying to find my way up there. Maybe I'll even throw on the suit again. Well, I don't think I have it, actually. I have to see. I think it's
that was our best.
Remember, maybe I'll order a new suit. No, I'm kidding.
That was our best tailgate we probably had. That was one of our best vlogs we've ever done. If you guys haven't seen it on 302 Birds, we did a NFC Championship vlog against the Niners, and that was insane. I had my shoulder pads on, my helmet, and then he had his suit on. So
it's like
it
real
was-
WWE characters, Moose. If you ever want to see me and KJ act like them, that's the closest thing you'll ever get to. it
kind
with
of.
us.
I mean, I was not acting like a WWE guy. I was acting like
no,
Brian Dawson.
just like the you know, the way of life. It was cool.
Yeah.
But that's all we got for you guys. Appreciate you guys rocking with us all season. It was a really weird season, but a really fun season.
Yeah.
If you guys are new here like Fred, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, because all those things are what make 302 Birds one of the best networks around for Philly sports coverage. Other than that, KJ and I will see you guys at the playoffs. As
Go
always,
Birds.
God bless, go Birds.
Keep whining, Niners fans.
This is for you.
Hey, what's up, 302 Birds? I'm Jack. All roads lead through the playoffs in Philly.